rush is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. To start the drive. They'll throw out wide, complete to Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
He'll set up to throw.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And oh, he coughed it up. The Saints say they have it, and they do. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Broncos' 38-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And now a pause here after the play, because as you can see, slow to get up is Alvin Kamara. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. They go play action here on 1st down. That's caught. It's Thomas. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They'll run with Montgomery. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. Quick throw complete.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jared Cook, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns? in the first 2 minutes, my calculator doesn't operate that way.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds. Incomplete.
For Jerry Jeudy, incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Locke. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 37. 14 yards that time for number 14. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 30.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Locke's going to throw. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Locke working out of the gun. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap to Locke. This will be caught at about the 6. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for the Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Push his way forward to about the 32. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The 305-pound defensive end, Jarrell Casey, gets the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Winston dancing to his left. Left side here to Sanders. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. For Emmanuel Sanders, he played 5.5 seasons with these Denver Broncos, 2014 to 2019. And he went over 1,000 yards 3 times during that span. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Broncos 7.
Third and long for Winston. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And returning it, here's Hamler. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Block with a quick throw out to Judy. And some room to work. past the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now, this one complete downfield on the left side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 49 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Locke looks to throw it again. And he's got his tight end Fant. Touchdown, Broncos. Noah Fant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point from McManus is good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working out of the gun, Winston. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Shotgun, it's Winston. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Locke. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the ground, it's Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. Murray has the 1st down and more. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
On 3rd down, Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. To try again after the sack. Winston. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. Able to find Harris, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time they were waiting for it as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Jameis to throw it. That's caught. It's Sanders for the Saints touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And it's up and good. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Nifty move. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the...
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on out to our studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Locke. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Locke. And his throw is incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. And that hold goes to wipe away a big return.
And I know from the outside in, you think, why are you holding? Just make sure you don't grab anyone. But you want to keep people away from your return guy. And sometimes those sudden moves, that speed, you reach out and inadvertently do something, and the penalty flag comes out.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's the All-Pro Von Miller who came in to belt him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Winston. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. They'll throw out wide, complete to Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Following the penalty, Montgomery. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Now on 2nd and 13, Winston. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a 1st down. To throw is Winston. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. That'll be complete to Cook. 20. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. It's a big play there for the Saints. 42 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice chunk.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Saints have moved out in front.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Block off of play action. This is the tight end fan. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
Block with a throw, caught by Hamler. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And here's a quick throw to Hamler on the edge. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Again, it's Locke. Got a man. It's the rookie Jerry Jeudy. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A nice gain of 21 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Philip Lindsey, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Winston now. Being chased out left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Throwing again. Winston on 2nd and 10. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, it's again to Montgomery. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, They go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From just shy of midfield, Winston. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Play action now, Winston. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Welcome back now to Denver. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Winston. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
For the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
3rd down.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Winston. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Saints have moved out in front. And man, Charles, talking about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
3rd down and 6.
Here we go. Set, 8, read. Bravo. To the 66. Forward. Hard. It's a safety blocking. Check 25.
They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And going deep for Hill. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
After the turnover, here's Locke. His throw incomplete. Cortland Sutton, first-time Pro Bowler. He was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. Winston now after the fumble recovery. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Winston. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, That means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They will look to flush the memory of that pick six as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ty Montgomery. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints have moved out in front. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Saints 42. Broncos 35.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. The Saints say they have it, and they do. That's now 3 turnovers in this second half. Very costly. And earlier in the half, Charles, when I asked you for your keys to the second half, you said, hey, maybe trite, but it's going to be turnovers. That's been the story.
It certainly has, but I didn't expect it to be this much of the story. I mean, when you're getting up to 3, you're really putting your team in jeopardy.
First and 10, Winston. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Play fake, Winston. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Block again here on 2nd and 10. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
3rd down.
Play action. Now it's Locke. And that will be incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Montgomery. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's the option. Here's Winston completing a quick throw out wide. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
The Saints, 1st down.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for New Orleans, it's just their 2nd win here in 11 tries this season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Denver, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.